What is going on, everyone? How about we take a look at New England's most populous state, Massachusetts. Massachusetts is another state that's actually a commonwealth, and I'm not going to get into it. Every time I bring up a state that's a commonwealth, I can't win. If I mention the difference, I get comments from people telling me, it's a state, there's no difference, nobody calls it a commonwealth. If I don't mention it, every yahoo out there spends a good portion of their day trying to explain to me how it's a commonwealth and not a state. So just stop typing. It's just a little trivial nugget of information. Move on with your day. Massachusetts is right here in case you don't know. It's ranked 44th in area and 15th in population. The Pilgrim State was founded on February 6, 1788, making it our sixth state. Besides the nickname the Pilgrim State, it also has the nicknames of the Bay State, the Puritan State, the Old Colony State, and of course, the Baked Bean State. Yes, the Baked Bean State. Over the last few years, the Baked Bean State has been losing people. Now that's according to the United Van Lines Mover Studies. In 2018, they were ranked the 7th most moved out of state, and the number one reason listed on why people were leaving was they hated being in a state called the Baked Bean State. Just kidding. Actually, it was retirement and lifestyle. That's what was chasing people out. Out of all the reasons that people were actually moving into it, a majority of the people moving to Massachusetts was for jobs. I guess they have some employment opportunities people are looking to take advantage of. Maybe you're looking for a new home and a new job. The Bay State may be on your radar. If you're on the fence about making that move, you should watch my top 10 reasons to move to Massachusetts. Number 10, the accent. One of the best things about Massachusetts is the accent. It's really entertaining if you're not from the New England area and aren't used to the way these people speak. It's very distinct. The only one that's probably a little more distinct and different is Cajun, but that's just my opinion. Now, I brought this up in other videos, and a lot of people said it's kind of disappearing or it's getting watered down as the years go by. Around the Boston area, you'll still catch it on a regular basis. I was there in 2017, and I could see that it wasn't as frequent as I remembered it from a trip I took around 2000, 2001, something like that. And it's too bad. But if you're new to the area, enjoy it. Just keep one thing in mind. Sometimes it sounds a little abrasive and in your face and kind of rude. I mean, they can be rude and they will be rude at the drop of a hat. Don't get me wrong there. But sometimes they're not. It's just the way they communicate. Don't take offense. Number 9, sports. The entire state is absolutely filled with sports teams. If you're a big sports fan, you're never going to get bored in Massachusetts, or Boston especially. For pro sports, you have the Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox, Patriots, and the Revolution. And when it comes to fans, this is one of the only cities that I've ever been to where it seems like all the residents are fans and they're crazy about the teams. Not just the Patriots because they're winning, like all the teams. Even when their teams suck, they're still proud to be fans. That's all the teams across the board, not just one or two. Now, even if you don't like baseball, here's a tip. Go see a Red Sox game. You'll thank me for it. It's kind of one of those things that should be on your bucket list, but probably isn't. You need to have it on your bucket list. Enjoy a game. Number 8, pumps out famous folks. Massachusetts has produced very successful residents and very famous ones. They include Steve Carell, Amy Poehler, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Dr. Seuss, Reed Hastings, who owns Netflix, all the Kennedys, Benjamin Franklin, Sam Adams, and Johnny frickin' Appleseed, just to name a few. Johnny Appleseed was a man with good shoes, a lot of free time, and a hankering for apples. His real name was John Chapman, and he traveled around the country, for the most part from Boston to Indiana, planting apple trees. In his obituary, the word eccentric came up more than once. Nothing about witches or Snow White or green apples or poison. Nothing. But plenty about apples. Number 7, Dunkin' Donuts. This is the ultimate East Coast versus West Coast argument. The West Coast overall prefers their Krispy Kremes, and the East Coast prefer their Dunkin' Donuts. So much so that there's actually not even a Krispy Kreme in the entire state of Massachusetts. It's a Dunkin' state. These people are even proud of their frickin' donuts. But it's not surprising, because they have a history of getting defensive and angry over their morning rituals. Remember, Boston is in Massachusetts. The Boston Tea Party sparked a revolution against the most powerful army on the planet at the time over the taxing of their morning beverage. Don't talk Krispy Kremes in Boston or Massachusetts. Number 6, healthcare. Massachusetts is one of the best places to get sick. The state has some of the best hospitals in the country, including UMass Memorial, Massachusetts General Hospital, and the Boston Children's Hospital. The Baked Bean State has also recently become a great place for veterans healthcare. The state has 2 VA hospitals on Stars and Stripes top 10 best VA hospitals list, Bedford, Mass, and Northampton. So to all my Army buddies, maybe we should limp on over to Massachusetts and have them take a look at our backs. Maybe they could tell me why I hate loud noises and digging holes while they're at it. Number 5. Beer. Any beer enthusiast knows Massachusetts is one of the best places to grab a beer. And stop typing. If you're a heavy Coors Light drinker, you're not a beer enthusiast. You're a sad person that likes poorly flavored water that makes you dizzy. The Bay State has so many amazing beers, it's mind-boggling when you're trying to map out a plan to sample them all. Really, all of New England overflows with great craft beer, but the Pilgrim State pretty much leads the pack. If you do move to Boston, do try them all, if you can. But don't take my cousin's ex-wife. I believe she's still banned from most bars on the eastern seaboard and Gary, Indiana. Number 4. Scenery. Anywhere in Massachusetts is going to be beautiful, even in most of the cities. I do say most, some of them are pretty nasty, but for the most part, the cities are nice too. But outside the cities is where the state really shines. Towards the western half of the state, you'll find the Berkshire Mountains, and to the east are the views of the Atlantic Ocean and the Massachusetts coast. Cape Cod is a beautiful area. The beaches here are a very popular vacation spot, especially among celebrities, including Meg Ryan, Samuel L. Jackson, and even JFK owned a home in the area. It's similar to the Hamptons in New York and Rivendell in Lord of the Rings. Just like it. Number 3. History. If you don't already know this place is loaded with history, I can't help you. Live in Massachusetts as a history buff, and you will find it hard to do things like go to work and meet people. You will be busy going to places and looking at things. The state is chock full of history that dates back to 1607, when the whole Plymouth Rock thing went down, all the way up to being admitted into the Union in 1788, and beyond that. Throughout the state, there are tons of museums, sites, and libraries you can take advantage of. I mean, don't literally take advantage of the museums and libraries. Don't touch things you're not supposed to, and return your books, okay? But this place is full of history. Number 2. The food. The Pilgrim State is the place to be for people that like food, especially seafood, and people that don't mind buying larger pants every year. So basically it breaks down to this. If you're a beer-loving history buff that's jonesing for some seafood, I found your nirvana. Lobster is a delicacy here, like most of New England. Throw in a little clam chowder with a bread bowl, and keep in mind the state's official dessert here is Boston cream pie. Most of you would probably thought it was Dunkin' Donuts, but no, it's Boston cream pie. Boston cream pie is amazing. It's better than German chocolate cake. Don't like German chocolate cake because it seems too well organized, it's perfectly symmetrical, and it's well engineered. It just bothers me. And number 1, education. Massachusetts is ranked as one of the best states in the country for public education. The graduation rate is 89%, while the teacher-to-student ratio is extremely low at 13-1. The state is seriously working on raising the dropout age, which will help with their graduation rate within the next several years. It's already at almost 90%. Most school districts would be happy with that and just kind of lay on it, but no, they're trying to get it higher. That's great. That's not even the best part. They have some of the most prestigious universities on the planet. Harvard, MIT, Tufts, Brandeis, Boston College, Boston University, Northeastern, just to name a few. Some of the greatest minds have gone through these schools over the years. I am not one of them. I struggle with math, that's why I tell jokes. And cue the bad comebacks in the comment section. I can hardly wait to read those. All right, that's my top 10 reasons to move to Massachusetts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. In reality, this is a great state. If you can get past the cold, which is usually the biggest complaint about Massachusetts, it's one of the best places to live in the country. You should give it a serious thought if you're looking to relocate someplace. Anyway, don't forget all the links below. I do have, t-shirts and stuff for sale. They're down near the description line. People keep asking me about it, and it's right there in the description. It has been for a couple months, so check those out. Don't forget all the links like I said. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.